What's good? How y'all doing this evening? Welcome back to the Forever I Love Atlanta Sports Podcast. It's your boy The Don here with my co-host King. What's good, man?
Was good, Don. It's not a good day, bro. I won't be getting my Aaron Rodgers jersey, bro. I
Hey,
will not.
man, it's fine, man. It's fine. Look, hey, we rooted for teams and they ain't make it, but hey, at least they ain't the Falcons. I'm not gonna lose any. I'm not. There's no tear in my eye, because Rodgers and Josh Allen didn't make the Super Bowl. So hey, shouts out to Tampa Bay. Well, look, I'm gonna be honest with you. I don't like Tampa Bay. I'm not rooting. I'm not rooting for you guys at all. I'm just being real as a true Atlanta fan. Right now, look, I'm going for the Chiefs.
Hey, see all day, Pat, my homeboy.
Exactly, I'm going for the Chiefs. So, babe, we got a special guest on right now with us, Larry. What's good, man? Let everybody know who
No,
you are, where they can find you.
thanks for having me. I write for hoopshabit.com, covering the Hawks, the Sixers, and Celtics. And you can find me on Twitter, LarryH718.
I appreciate you guys. This man is real knowledgeable about the Hawks. I know he stay in New York, but don't let that fool you. This man know this team like the back of his hand. So make sure y'all go check his website out, check his Twitter out. He drops stats out there all the time. He's the stat guru when it comes to basketball. So
Appreciate you.
no problem. Thank you. If y'all new to the channel, y'all already know what to do. Hit that subscribe button. Also hit that like button. Share this content out, Atlanta Sports Fanatics. And hit us up in the comment section. As always, come holler. It's your hometown sports podcast. All right. Let's go ahead and get into the news for the week. Atlanta Dream. Kelly Loeffler, the person who ran for the Senate seat and lost to Reverend Raphael Warnock. She is closing on a deal to sell the team because she was the owner for the Atlanta Dream. So whoever it is, I hope y'all do a good job with the team, with the Dream, and do not move them out of the city of Atlanta. All right. College football. There's no news. There's everybody declared for the draft. They said they're going to the draft. Let's get into some college hoops. Let's start with the men's first. Georgia Southern, they played South Alabama this past Friday. South Alabama won that game 84-75. And they played yesterday against South Alabama again, and they lost that game 62-48. So Georgia Southern basketball team is not looking good this season. All right,
already.
man, I know. All right, UGA. This past Wednesday they played Kentucky. And they beat them 63-62. I don't know what's going on with Kentucky's basketball team this season. I have no clue.
Well, quick stat on that. This is like the first time since like the 60s, the top five Blue Bloods, Kentucky, Duke, UNC, and then somebody else. This is the first time they haven't been ranked.
Yep.
Since like 1960 something.
Yep.
Yeah.
None of them?
Yeah. Yep. I forgot the other team,
wow.
But they're not ranked.
That goes to show you, man. Like the players, college. This you just playing 1 year and leaving. It's hurting a lot of these blue bloods now. It's showing because they don't want to stay in college. You just want to play your 1 year and you trying to bounce to the pros.
And that's why Villanova was able to go to the finals multiple years in a short span because they got people that was there for 3-4 years.
Yeah. Because Villanova, they gonna keep their players. Like you ain't finna just bounce out of Villanova one season.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, but most of the players are not good enough to go to the NBA after the first season. So that's another reason. When you got a program like Duke, UNC, you can get those players that are good enough to go 1 year and then go to the pros because you got the cash. I say
you got players like I ain't saying Zion was, but you have players who just dare just to say, "Hey, I did my year. I'm trying to go to the pros." Yeah. But you got some players there that I'm trying to win a championship because this is it. I know I ain't making the NBA, and if I do, I'm riding the bench. But at least I can leave out of college saying, "Hey, I want me a title."
But then you got those players that they think that just because they went to those schools that they good enough to go after 1 year. Like, look, Austin Rivers, Seth Curry, Tyus Jones, like None of those dudes were really great in college, and they haven't done much in the NBA. They carved out good roles, solid role players, but they weren't one and done guys. But because they went to Duke, they was like, "Oh, we out."
Cam Reddish, put him on that list too.
I've never talked bad about Cam.
Y'all still in the down with this man? Okay.
Nah. Look. He need time. If I'm the Hawks, I would consider sending him down to the G League, and that's just so he could really work on his craft while he's playing, instead of riding the bench and then making silly mistakes when he is in the game. Let him work on his craft for a couple months in the G League. Well, this year you can't do that. But if they would have sent him down to the G League last year, imagine where he'd be now.
Exactly. I feel you on that, man. We're going to talk more about the Hawks in a minute. Let me get through this college stuff. So yesterday, UGA played Florida, and Florida won that game 92-84. Georgia State men's basketball team, they played App State this week. They played them Friday. App State won that game 80-71. And yesterday, App State beat them again 74-61. So, yeah, they're not a good week for Georgia State neither. Georgia Tech, finally, they playing now. They played this week. They beat 20th-ranked Clemson 83-65 on Wednesday. Yesterday, they got beat by Virginia 64-62. Kennesaw State, they played North Florida on Friday. They lost that game 69-54, and then they played them again yesterday, and they lost that game 68-65. Valdosta State, they played Shorter University, and they won that game on Friday 95-86, and then they played them again yesterday. They won that game 97-73. West Georgia, both the girls and men's team, they were both postponed. On to the women's hoops. Georgia Southern, they played South Alabama on Friday. They won that game. Well, they lost that game 58-59. Yesterday, they played them again, and they won that game 68-56. UGA played girls team. They played 4th-ranked South Carolina, and they lost that game 62-50. Georgia State women's basketball team, they played App State Friday. They lost that game 71-68, and then they lost again to them yesterday 66-56. Georgia Tech played Wake Forest on Thursday, and they won that game 73-44. Kennesaw State ladies basketball team, they played North Florida on yesterday. They lost that game 73-63. And Valdosta State ladies basketball team, they played Shorter University, and they won that game 84-54, and then they won again yesterday 89-57. So that's it for college hoops for the state of Georgia. MLB, we know the Braves on Friday, we lost a legend, Hall of Famer, Hank Aaron. He passed away at the age of 86. Condolences goes out to his family. The Atlanta teams, Atlanta Falcons and Atlanta United, they said they will retire the number 44 for the 2021 season. I think that we should just go ahead and just retire the number forever. Everybody in the city of Atlanta just retire the number forever. So this man was an icon in the city. And like the Braves were like really the first team to actually do something, in the scene. So, and a lot of people, this also sparked, the name change again. This came up again. The Braves, they want to change the name. So that's another issue. So
we're gonna change the Atlanta Hank Aaron's.
Now some people saying the Atlanta Hammers.
Okay.
I mean, I could understand why the name changed, but it's not as egregious as the Washington team or the Cleveland Indians. Yeah. But I just want to say real quick, as far as retiring the number, the MLB needs to retire his number.
Yeah.
MLB should have retired his number a long time ago.
Yeah. Just like Jackie.
Yeah, he's the true home run king, and that should have been retired a long time ago. He did way too much for the game for it to not be retired.
Exactly. And not only just that, the stuff he did in the community of Atlanta, a lot of people don't understand that he actually opened up a lot of business, gave business loans to like black owners and stuff in the city. Like, and that doesn't even go. That stuff goes unnoticed. So yeah, I feel
that's
like
crazy.
his number should be retired in the city of Atlanta. I mean, not only with the teams in Atlanta, but just MLB entirely. So I agree with you on that.
Yeah,
All right.
that'd be dope if all Atlanta teams just like, all right, no more 44.
Exactly. I feel that.
Last 44, I remember I did not like, so it really wouldn't matter.
Here you go, the Vic Beasley jokes. Anyway.
I'm just telling you, bro, it's the true fact. Nobody liked them, so can't find out.
I mean, he led the NFL in sacks that one time.
Exactly. You know.
All right.
Tat didn't do that.
I don't think so.
All right. So Atlanta United. So United squad. I just found out today they signed Franco Ibarra from Argentinos Juniors. So Atlanta United, we are pumping up our team. Our club's getting better. Then also the MLS draft was held this past Thursday. The team selected 2 players. Now we had the 5th overall pick, but we traded that and our 37th pick to DC United in exchange for $125,000 in general allocation money and the 31st pick. And with that 31st pick, we chose Josh Bauer, the defender out of New Hampshire. He made 60 career appearances, all starts for the Wildcats, and scored 10 goals with 10 assists in his collegiate career. He was twice named America East Defender of the Year in 2018 and in 2019, while helping lead New Hampshire to back-to-back conference titles. Bauer made 3 appearances with Birmingham Legion of the USL Championships in 2020. And then with our 3rd round pick, we chose Aiden McFadden. He was the midfielder for Notre Dame. Young guy, 22 years old, made 49 career appearances, 38 starts for Notre Dame, and finished with 6 goals and 6 assists. The Westchester, Pennsylvania native broke through the 2018 sophomore campaign, making 11 starts and playing all 21 matches for the Fighting Irish. That season, he scored 3 goals and tallied 1 assist while helping Notre Dame reach the NCAA tournament quarterfinals. So I think we got some solid players that hopefully we'll develop and put them on there on the pitch. And also noted this week, the 2021 Scotty Bate CONCACAF Championship League is set for April kickoff. All right.
Atlanta United going to be in that game, aren't they?
I ain't seen no bracket yet. So if anybody watching this, hit us up in the comment section. Let us know. I looked for the bracket. I didn't see anything or any teams that was mentioned. I know for sure it's going to be Columbus Crew. I believe that's going to be in it because they won the MLS Cup. So they should be surefire in there. All right, Falcons, new coaching additions, defensive coordinator, Dean Pease, offensive coordinator, Dave Rigaud, special teams coordinator, Marcus Williams. I did a show on those 3 guys on, I believe, Friday. So check that out. Dave Brock has been retained as a wide receivers coach. He's the only coach that was retained by the previous regime, which is good. Brock, you got an easy job. You got Julio, you got Calvin Ridley, you got Russell, you got talented receivers. You really ain't got that much to coach them up for anyway.
We still retain Danny Brayer too. Don't forget him.
Oh, okay. Oh yeah. Okay. Yeah. Rigon, the quarterback's coach, he worked with Mitch Trubisky, Jay Cutler, Kirk Cousins, Ryan Fitzpatrick, and Jake Locker. And we got Marcus Williams, special teams. The Lions was ranked 3rd in punt returns, averaging 12.8 yards per return.
Hold on, Don. Out of those names, besides Ryan Fitzpatrick.
Okay, so you had the same reaction as me, right? I was just like, why did he get hired?
Yeah, come on now. Let's talk about that, Don. Come on. Out of those names.
Look, you got to check this out, though. All right. He's a passing game coordinator. All right. He's a passing game coordinator, and he was a quarterback coach. Quarterback coach, they really just give the signals from the offensive coordinator to the quarterback. That's pretty much what their job is.
And to help them at practice to get better.
Yeah, they're supposed to help them at practice to get better, but come on now, he's coming to Atlanta for Matt Ryan. Like, do Matt Ryan really need help?
No, but
We'll find out.
You should be worried about who they're gonna develop, because Matt Ryan's on his way out the door.
Not necessarily.
How many years you think he got left in his prime years? How many prime years do you think he has left?
I say 3.
I go 2.
I say 3.
I believe there's more too.
All right.
I go with King with the 2, but even if it's 3, that means that you're gonna need a new quarterback coach in about 2 years.
Yeah, you should, but here's the thing though. Like, you gotta think about it. This man, he was also mentioned with other teams as well. So there's something good about this guy. And the reason why we hired him is because if you go look at Chicago, they do a lot of bootlegs. And in Arthur Smith's offense, he's going to do a lot of bootlegs too. I'm pretty sure he tried to bring O'Shea.
Okay.
He tried to bring O'Shea with him from Tennessee, but I think Tennessee blocked it. So he had to go with somebody else who knows that same scheme that he runs. So that's why we brought in Ragon. Because Matt Ryan's going to be, I'm telling you, Matt Ryan's going to be throwing more out of the pocket.
Which he's a lot better at.
He's a lot better at. You know, he can throw it out. He can throw inside the pocket too, but he gonna have to actually start throwing on the run again. Yeah. And if you look at Mitch Trubisky, he's not a good quarterback. We get that, but Mitch Trubisky, he does make throws on the run. We seen him do that.
All these quarterbacks except for Ryan Fitzpatrick are not good quarterbacks.
He's more of a game manager for his career than an actual elite quarterback. But he got the numbers and longevity. So,
but I slowly think that's what Matt Ryan is going to transition to, become a game managing quarterback.
Because we're going to be running the ball. That's all we're going to be doing. Like, you hire Arthur Smith, we're going to be running the ball. Like, people thinking that, it's going to be balanced. It's going to be a balanced play call, a 50-50. If not, you're going to start – Matt Ryan may not even throw 30 passes in the game anymore. Those days, I think those days are numbered for him because he's getting up there in age. He can still throw it, but you see what they did with Drew Brees. You see what they did with Tom Brady. Like, hell, you see what they doing with Aaron Rodgers right now. They running the ball more. They pretty much saving the quarterback, not letting him do that much. Less is more. Less is more when you have a quarterback in a mid to late 30s.
That is true. Yeah.
So, all right.
See, now if they play like that, then those 3 years you were talking about become more realistic.
Yeah, that's what they did with Drew Brees. Drew Brees, that's when he played in his 40s because they drafted Alvin Kamara in 2017, and guess what? Brees, he's been hurt, he's been banged up, but he lasted this long. So, and then same thing with Tom Brady. Like, Tom Brady always had a run game up there in New England. He got a run game now in Tampa Bay.
I would agree.
Leonard Fournette, that was wow.
Exactly.
Probably had his best game today, though.
Yeah.
I hate him, but he's played well with them.
Yeah, I can't hate on that. So, all right. But Marcus Williams, he was ranked 8th in kickoff returns on an average of 24.9 yards. Linebackers coach Frank Bush, a very good veteran, I'm pretty sure, up there in New York. Y'all know Frank Bush well because I think he was a linebackers coach up there for the Jets. He coached guys like hold on. But he spent with the Jets as assistant head coach, defensive linebackers coach. I was promoted to defense coordinator for the final 4 games of the 2020 season. He coached with the Rams 2013, 2016, Titans 2011, 2012. That's where that Arthur Smith connection comes in at. He coached with the Texans in 2007, 2010. He had D'Amico Ryans as his linebacker. He coached with the Arizona Cardinals for 2004-06, the Broncos in 95 to 2003. So he
has a good track record.
Yeah, and he was on two Super Bowl winning teams. Well, he was with the Super Bowl winning teams with the Broncos back in the 90s. So he has a good track record.
You know what I do like about Arthur Smith?
What?
A lot of these coaches have been on Super Bowl teams, unlike Dan Quinn,
and they have experience.
Yeah, unlike Dan Quinn, who felt like he was hiring his buddies. Even though these might be his buddies, Arthur Smith buddies, but they winning buddies. So,
like I told people, like Arthur Smith, he is a very analytical, logistical type of person. Like this is all methodical picks. These ain't sexy picks. These guys are not going to fly off the charts like this. But I'm pretty sure these guys they are proven coaches at their position who will come in and get the best out of these players. They're gonna pretty much elevate every single player on this team. Every single player is going to be held accountable. So if we go out here this year in 2021 and don't do well, then I'm not going to sit up here and blame the coaching anymore because all these guys, they've been there and done that.
Yeah, that's true. You can't blame the coaching when he putting a staff together like this one that surrounded by winning coaching staff.
Yep. And then we got Dwayne Ledford. I love that hire right there because this guy, he's responsible for grooming Bradbury up there in Minnesota because he was up there. He was in North Carolina State. And then he also developed a guy that was just drafted from Louisville this past season. That plays, I think he plays for the Jets. The tackle, I forgot his name. Oh well.
Well, if he helped groom James Bradbury, then you guys got a good one because what he's done for the Giants has been magnificent.
Yeah. So yeah, like I said, man, we gonna be good as far as the coaching staff go. All right, now Hawks. Take it away, King.
Talk about these Hawks. All right. I'm gonna start off by saying these last 3 games, I have not been impressed with the Hawks. They've played the 2 worst teams in the NBA. They played them twice, actually. So you got Timberwolves, Detroit, and then Timberwolves. So I'm expecting y'all to beat this team. I don't want to hear about the injuries or none of that because these are teams you're supposed to beat. You were supposed to beat a lot of the teams like Charlotte earlier in the year, Cleveland. Even though Cleveland out there balling, they beat the Nets twice. But still, I wasn't expecting them to beat the Hawks with all these scores. Trae Young in his last game dropped 43 points. Like I said, I wasn't impressed. And if you watch this channel or watch King's Realm, I have been going at Trae Young for his shooting. But he was 8 for 12. I can't be mad. But he also has 7 turnovers. That's something else that I've been talking about. 7 turnovers. You can't be a point guard of an NBA team having 7 turnovers. You just don't. It don't happen. Next best up was Cam Reddish, 15 points, 5 rebounds, but he was 1 for 5. Bad shooting night for him. Clint Capella, 13 points, 19 rebounds, 10 blocks. All right, when you look at that stat line, everybody going to be like, oh, snap. He had 10 blocks. Bruh. 3 of those, Anthony Edwards got hung, and Clint Capella just happened to be there. So he really only had like 7. And then when you look at 19 rebound, it was a lot of times where I want you to do me a favor when y'all see this. Name me the Minnesota Timberwolves center.
Naz Reid.
Who?
Naz Reid.
Who is that?
Naz Reid. He's the guy that's playing center for them.
Exactly, but who is he in the NBA?
He's a second-year player.
Exactly my point. Clint Capella.
Oh yeah, no Karl Anthony Towns.
You said what?
I said yeah, there was no Karl Anthony Towns.
Exactly. So I'm expecting him to get 19 rebounds. So not saying that he passed stats, but these are the worst teams in the NBA. So it's not impressive when you drop 43 on them. And then I was hoping they played in this game against Milwaukee so I can make my case. But I'm expecting them to lose this game without Trae Young and Clint Capella. But I can't make my case just yet. Well, I'm going to make my case because they're going to play another good team and they're going to lose. So not ragging on the Hawks, man. I love my Hawks. But
I mean, they beat a good team. They beat a couple good teams this year.
All right, let's go.
They beat the Nets.
Okay, that was
that was right after they lost to the Nets too.
Yeah.
And they whooped the Nets butt the next game.
That you are absolutely right. They beat the Nets. Who else they beat?
Oh
man, you got a point.
All right,
so you got a point. But I've been trying to give them the benefit of the doubt, but I've been ragging them as well because you can't use injuries as an excuse.
You're absolutely.
But didn't they beat Memphis before Ja got hurt as well?
I'm not sure about that.
Was that the priest? Wasn't that in the beginning of the season? They played. They opened the season 3-0. They beat the Bulls. They beat the Grizzlies, I believe.
We can pull up all their wins and all their losses.
Yeah, pull that up. Pull that up real quick.
But anyways, like while I'm pulling that up, that game they was 38 of 83 for the field goal percentage, 45%. That's not bad. It's not bad at all.
They've been bad. Field goal percentage, they've been bad, and the 3-point percentage has been bad. The first, I say, 4 or 5 games, it was okay. They were 4-1. Even in the loss, they shot pretty good from 3. They would get into the line a lot, but ever since that report came out with the film session that I feel was blown way out of proportion, I feel like based off of the context of the story, it sounded like a healthy exchange, but everybody blew it out of proportion.
Mm-hmm.
But ever since then, that's when ever since that Charlotte game, everything just went downhill.
Yeah, I would agree. And on that stat about the Grizzlies, they did beat the Grizzlies 122-112. With Ja. You're absolutely right. But that was the second game in the season.
I don't care.
I get your point.
It's a 72 game season. Every win counts.
Yeah, it's going to count for this team. You are absolutely right.
And think about this. What was their record last year? They're 8-7 right now. What was their record last year through 15 games? What was it, like 3-12?
Well, like you just said, you can't use injuries or anything like that as a thing. But John Collins was out 20 game suspension.
Oh yeah, the suspension. Yeah, you're right. No, the reason why I say you can't use injuries as an excuse is because all the people that were hurt are people that weren't here last year.
True.
So if this is what I saw a lot of online was people making injuries as an excuse. I got into a big debate with a couple fans the other day over it because I'm like, listen, at the end of the day, that argument is null and void because everybody that was on the team last year was healthy. So we should have seen enough improvement from them that they stole a few of those games. And on top of that, they blew multiple second half leads.
Yeah,
they were up by 15 in the third or fourth quarter multiple times and lost that game. You can't use health as an excuse. If you was able to go up 15, you should have been able to close it.
Yes. And they do that a lot. They did that against the Pistons. I mean, not the Pistons, the Blazers. They were up big in that game and they blew that lead. So this just
when they lost to Cleveland.
Here's my take on it. Here's my take on this. Like sometimes injuries do occur, but my thing is I've been very vocal against Lloyd Pierce.
Mm-hmm.
Like I just, I feel like he's not the guy. He's good. He's there for development for the players. But when you talk about elevating these guys to actually win and potentially contend, he's not that guy. What you think about that?
I think it's his in-game decisions.
Well,
his in-game decisions is what's holding him back. He's been really good at developing this team, but it's like the only way I could really compare it is like when you watching a baseball game and you constantly watch your manager put in bad relievers in bad situations, or like the World Series when they pulled Blake Snell.
Yeah,
it's like, what was it? I think it was against the Cavs. The first game against the Cavs, they were up 15. He pulled the starters out. The bench played the next, I believe, 12 minutes straight, blew the lead and everything, and he still had them in the game. You got to learn how to call timeout, make adjustments, and at halftime, he's got to be better at making adjustments at halftime and throughout the game. And I think that's what's holding him back.
And that's the thing. He don't do that. This is the reason why we need to move on from him. We need to have somebody here who knows how to make the adjustments, who knows what, when to call timeouts, when to pull players off the court, when to put the players on, move people around. That's what
I think he was elevated to the head coaching role a little too early.
Yeah.
They should have kept him on as an assistant and let him work his way up. And a lot of people talking about Nate McMillan was brought in to take over.
But yeah, and that is true. But this is the reason why we brought in Pierce, because we knew what we was going to end up doing. We knew we was going to get, Trey, and this guy. He's the same person that developed all those people in Philadelphia and at Golden State squad. So and he had some hand in LeBron James' early career. So if you talking about the player development, you can't get any better than Lloyd Pierce.
I think a lot of I think he got hired because of his stint with the Golden State Warriors. They thought they was going to get the same kind of, because you notice they went and got similar style shooters for this team this year.
Even before that, when I saw Trey and Herder on the court together for the first time, I said, "Oh, the new Splash Brothers! Look what they're doing out there." And that's exactly what it looked like.
Yeah.
But you know the difference? At least Golden State played defense.
Exactly.
Well, I mean, Golden State had Draymond Green, Andrew Bogut, Andre Iguodala, Sean Livingston, and Klay Thompson is a world-class defender. Let's be real.
Yeah. At one point was the best two-way in the league.
Yeah, those
Who was a better two-way than Klay Thompson?
Kawhi.
Man, okay. Only reason I'm not giving it to Kawhi is because Klay Thompson is a better shooter. That's the only reason.
Okay.
That is the only reason.
I can respect that. But Kawhi's the better defender.
Of course. So, but when this game,
you got it though. You got it with the shooter.
Got to score points. All right. So when you look at the Hawks this year, we're a month into the season. They lead the league in rebounds. When you got somebody getting 19 a game, you might go, well, not 19 a game, but y'all know what I mean. When you got somebody grabbing boards like that, you're gonna be number one. 13th per game. Go ahead, Larry.
I think it's more than just that. I think the team as a whole is rebounding well, because when you ever heard of the Pistons leading the league in rebounding, even though Andre Drummond led the league in rebounding for so many years, like Clint Capella is a monster on the boards. This year, he's ranked first in offensive rebounds, fourth in defensive rebounds, and second in total rebounds. But it's the team as a whole. Hunt is rebounding well. Collins is rebounding well. Trey had like 7 rebounds the other night. Like, everybody's going after it. They're not defending as well as you would like to see, but they're playing. It's a team effort. It's not just Capella. You're not giving everybody else enough credit.
You're right, but I'm only giving him the most credit because he's grabbing all the rebounds.
I think he just had a career high the other day, right? What was it, 26, 27, something like that?
They're still top 15 in points, sitting at number 13 in points per game, which is not bad for the Hawks. 20th in blocks. Also 18th in assists. I don't like that assist. I think they should be top 15 in assists. I don't see why they're so high in assists. Ball movement should be predicated around this offense with all the good shooters that they have. You should be able to move the ball. People should be able to post up in the corner, running through elevator door screens, all that.
Now that you say that, I agree with you, Don. Pierce got to go today. Pierce got to go today. Look, wow, I'm one of the biggest advocates in the world for double screens and double drag sets.
Yeah.
With a rim runner like Capella and a guy like Collins who shot 40% from 3 last year, why are you not running more double drags and more double screens where you can have Capella rolling to the rim and Collins popping out to the 3? Now, I understand Collins is one of the best at the pick and slip, but now that Capella's there, you need to learn how to utilize both of them. Collins did what he scored the other day, like 8. They're not doing enough. He's not maximizing the offense's potential, even with the injuries. So once you brought that up, it just really dawned on me. He gotta go.
He got to go today.
I'm sorry for interrupting you, but I was just like, wow, like, you know what? Everything just came full circle in 1 second when you started talking about the play calling.
I got
I've been saying this. I have been saying this. Like everybody, look, Lord Pierce is a great person, but we trying to win rings over here. We trying to win a championship. Like we ain't winning. We're not winning no championship with no Lord Pierce. I'm sorry.
I feel you. And I actually said recently that I would never call for a black man's job, and I feel bad that I just said that about Pierce, but you don't want him to be bad at the job, right?
Yeah. If you bad at your job, you get fired. So that's what
I always want anybody of color to be successful, and everybody on here know how I felt about Eric Bieniemy, being the head coach of the Falcons, and I said this man's been proven, and this is one of the reasons why he's not a head coach yet of any team because of what I've said. So hey, at the end of the day, I want a brother of color to get a shot, but at the same time, when it comes to what we need here in Atlanta, like that's what we need. Like I don't care who comes in here, if it's anybody can come in here and to elevate these guys to win to get to the NBA Finals. We haven't even went that far yet.
So, quick question: who would you like to see replace Pierce?
I think the coach right now that we got would be fine. But here's my take. All right. I'm gonna get in trouble if I say this.
Start the fire. Start the fire, Don. Start the fire.
I'm gonna get in trouble if I say this. All right. I know he doesn't have any coaching experience at all. All right. But I feel that if we bring in like a guy like Tim Duncan.
Bro, you're out your crazy head. Yeah, we're not. No.
How?
Let me tell you why. Let me tell you why. Because
that was probably the last thing I expected to hear.
Yeah, Tim Duncan is not the brains of that operation over there. It's the female. She's gonna be the next coach.
Tim Duncan already left.
You talking about San Antonio?
Yes.
I'm not saying that. I'm just saying like he could come over here and coach. Like look what Steve Kerr did it.
No, bro.
Steve Kerr. You also got to remember, before Steve Kerr was a coach, Steve Kerr was the GM.
Yeah.
So
and he was a player. I get what you're saying, but not every player is meant to be a coach.
There, thank you. And I don't think
I get that. I get that. But at the same time, man, let's just give a man a chance to see.
Yo, Tim Duncan walked away from Greg Popovich's coaching staff already and said, "Coaching ain't for me." And then when they asked Pop about it, he said, "I never expected him to stay this long."
Yeah, I can't see it, bro.
But who wants to like Pop? Pop is a good person, but do you really? Let's be real. Pop will work your behind off. You different.
I don't know.
As a player under Pop, everybody say good things about him. But if you on this man coaching staff and training staff, man,
everybody say good things about him too, though.
So with that being
delegates a lot. And he's groomed a lot of people. Look at how many coaches in the NBA right now were his assistants at one point.
Coach Bud, I know he was here in Atlanta.
Terry Stotts was.
Stotts,
Kenny Atkinson. Well, he's not coaching no more.
But
that's good enough for me.
With that being said, if he's that hard of a coach on his coaching staff, would you want somebody that walked away from it?
That quick. I get it. But I was just saying, man, it is just to me, I feel like it'd be good just to bring him here. I'm just saying. But hey, I don't know.
If they're gonna give somebody a first-time job, I think it should be Sam Cassell.
I like Sam Cassell.
Sam Cassell has paid his dues, and I still don't understand how he still didn't get an interview for a head coaching job this year.
I know I heard somebody set up here, but it went for the Hawks, but they said something about Rick Fox, but
he better stick to Tyler Perry movies.
Yeah, I'm dead on that.
Not Tyler Perry movies. All right, so the Hawks 22nd in steals, which is something I kind of figured they were going to be this year because, like I said, their defense is really slacking. But earlier, Larry, you said they had a good field goal percentage. I got this for you right here.
No. I said they don't have a good field goal percentage.
Okay. 26th in field goal percentage, which is close to last, y'all.
And they 22nd and they 22nd in 3-point percentage. But here's the thing, though.
Exactly.
You talk about how bad the defense has been, right?
Yeah.
Coming into today, they ranked 7th in the NBA defensive rating. And their defensive rating as a team of 106.8 coming into today is way better. Last year, they were 114. 106.8 from 114.4. That's respectability. They're a top 10 defense right now after being ranked 28th last year. I know it's early, but give them time. And then also remember,
I got a rebuttal.
Chris Dunn still ain't played yet.
Yeah, okay, that's true. Dunn haven't even touched the court yet.
I got a rebuttal. You ready?
Mm-hmm.
All right. Who's the best scorer on Cleveland?
Colin Sexton.
All right. Who's the best scorer on the Knicks? Who's the best scorer on the Hornets?
I would say Julius Randle. Best scorer on the Hornets, Gordon Hayward.
Okay. Who's the best scorer on the 76ers?
Embiid.
All right. You got the Jazz.
Mitchell.
All right. I'm not going to count Damian Lillard in there. All right. Then you got Minnesota and Detroit.
But they played Minnesota without Cat, right? So I would say their best scorer was D'Angelo Russell. Russell.
And then you got Detroit.
All right. We're not even going to talk about them.
Out of all these teams I just named,
only 2 of them didn't have an all-star. Only 2 of them don't have all-stars.
You are absolutely right, but we know all-star is a voting competition. You just gotta have good stuff. You just gotta be known in the NBA really to get an all-star. You don't really have to be that good because we've seen players get that should have been all-stars that didn't get all-stars. So with that being said, the Hawks haven't played that many good teams. So of course you're gonna look at it and be like, all right, they playing good against bad teams, like I said.
All right, but look, they played Portland, Utah.
2 good teams. And they played Philly.
Philly and Brooklyn.
Okay, that's 4 teams. How many games have they played? And I'll give you the Grizzlies.
All right, but now out of all those games, how many of them did the opponent score more than 110 points?
Okay, let's look at it.
Just the 4 good teams. Forget about the bad teams, because that's your argument. That I concede to the bad teams, but how are they doing against the good teams?
The Grizzlies, 122 points.
That's how much they gave up.
Yeah, the Grizzlies. The Grizzlies. Grizzlies had 112. Sorry.
Okay.
The Nets. The first game they lost. That was the overtime. So I'm not gonna count that one because they won the extra.
That was like 300 combined points. We don't even got to talk about that.
Yeah. The second time they held the Nets to 96 points.
Hold on. Let's stop right there. So you telling me an offense that features Kevin Durant, Kyrie Irving, Karis LeVert at the time, and Joe Harris, one of the best shooters in the NBA, and they held them to under 100 points, and you can't give them a little bit of kudos?
I can give them a little bit of kudos, but like I said, that was the 5th game in the season.
It don't matter. Did you see what the Nets? Wait, after the first 3 games of the season, everybody had the Nets as the runaway champions.
They still gonna make it.
And the Hawks brought them down to life for a brief moment.
And then after that, the Hawks lost four straight
to bad teams.
Bad teams. So, I think it was just one of those games.
But what about Philly?
Okay, Philly. They held Philly to 94 points, but they got Joel Embiid, who's balling, who should be talks of MVP this year. He's balling out there. And after that, who else they got that's going to score the rock? We know Ben Simmons.
Tobias Harris.
Okay.
Tobias Harris, proven scorer. Seth Curry, elite shooter.
But Seth Curry.
Milton.
Okay. Seth Curry is not an elite shooter. He's a good shooter, but he's not elite. I'm not giving him that category yet. To be elite, you got to be on your brother's level to be elite. He's good.
You don't know.
He's good though, but I wouldn't give him elite yet.
Hold on real quick.
Hit me with the stat. Shut me up, please.
That was outrageous.
Hey, I'm gonna be honest. I ain't watched a lot of 76er ball.
All right. Seth Curry, since he became a full-time NBA player, because it took him a while to make it. 45%, 42.5, 45, 45.2, 56 this year. That's his 3-point percentages for the last 5 years. For his career, he's 44.8 for his career.
Okay. I'll give it to you then.
Hey, this year alone, in 10 games this year, he's averaging a career high 16.5 points on a career high 56% from three. On a career high 5 attempts a game. So it's not like he's just shooting 1-2 a game and got a high percentage. He got 5 attempts a game. So come on, give the Hawks a little credit. Give them a little credit. I'm not saying that they're going to be a top 10 defense for the year, but they've shown a lot of improvement from what we saw last year.
Yeah, we got Clint right now. Clint, he's been back, so defense gonna get Chris Dunn. Like when those guys come back, like full form, man. Our defense.
And Clint Capella, third in the NBA in blocks.
Yeah, he is.
Imagine when Dunn is healthy. Tony Snell's starting to get right. Onyeka Okongwu's still getting the feel for the game. This team has a lot of defensive potential. Oh, and let's not forget, little old Trae Young, who everybody said will forever be a liability on defense, right?
Mm-hmm.
Do you see the effort he's showing?
Yeah, he's putting the effort.
And not only is he just putting an effort, but it's translating to stats. Last year, he had one of the worst, if not the worst, defensive rating.
Yeah,
he had an individual defensive rating of 116.1.
Out of the point guards.
It's 107.4 so far this year.
Yes.
And he's played against some tough guards. You could talk about how bad the teams are, but look at the guards he's having to go up against.
Yeah, I give you that. He's had to play some tough guards that can actually play better defense than him. So it's kind of hard for him to get his shots off, and it's kind of hard for him to play his game. I can give you that. The guard play that he's playing against has been good, but we all know the guard play in the NBA is probably the best position in the league.
Exactly. So when you look at Trae, right? Now, I'll admit he doesn't have the greatest shot selection. Sometimes he gets a little careless with his dribble, easy turnovers. He's overconfident in his playmaking ability, what I respect because he's one of the best passers in the game. So, his turnovers tend to be higher than you would like. But with all that said, he still has a higher offensive rating and a better defensive rating this year than he did last year.
Through the first month of the season.
Yes. And but think about this. It's a small sample, right?
Mm-hmm.
But his scoring is down.
Yeah, exactly.
His scoring is down, but his scoring is down, but his offensive rating is higher. It's gonna balance itself out.
It is. Like I say all the time on King's Round, I bag on Trae Young and I bag on these players because I want them to hear me and I want them to play better. So that's why I do it. I want them to hear me and I want them to play better. Ever since I've said DeAndre Hunter has been the best Hawk this year, Trae Young has went off. So I'll be wanting it to happen. I've been wanting it to happen.
I won't say he's the best. I'd say he's the most consistent.
I would say he's the best Hawk this year. I'm not talking about talent. I know John Collins and Trae Young are the best talented Hawks on the team.
I understand what you're saying.
Yeah, but when it comes to this year, if I need to point at one person to be like, yo, he balled out every game or he left it all on the court every game, it would be DeAndre Hunter.
That's why I say he's been the most consistent, but I feel like I don't think we'd see the same production if Trae and John weren't on the court with him.
Of course. Of course, I would.
the defense key in on Trey, he could still make stuff happen. I think if the defense key in on Dre, it's a whole nother story.
Also,
but he's been playing lights out though.
Yeah. Also, but you also got to realize that offensively, Andre is not skilled as Trae Young. So if the defense had to key in on him, he's probably just going to, I wouldn't say freeze up, but it's not going to be a good game, like you said.
But you know what I love about him though is that you see the maturity in his game from last year to this year. The more confidence he has in putting the ball on the floor. They've been running more pick and rolls for him this year, which gets Trey off the ball some more. So I like what I've seen from him so far. I didn't mean that in like a bad way. I just don't think he's the best. He's been very consistent. He's been playing really well though. I like what I've seen from him so far. I wish I would see this type of development from Cam, but that's the only bad thing I'll say about
him. Hey, I've been talking cold cash because I had to eat my words so far this year because before the year I had so high hopes for Cam that now I got to eat my words. Dom have been witness to this, that I got to eat my words on Cam.
I told you, everybody said, well, Cam's going to be better than DeAndre. And I'm like, right now, Cam just need to develop.
He will be.
He just got to develop a little bit more. Like you said, sit him down to the G League, see how he do. But right now, like NBA ready, Hunter is NBA ready.
Oh yeah, but you also got to consider that Dre did what 3 years of college, Cam did 1. So he was already further along in his development. Coming into the league, Dre was better than Cam, or Cam would have got drafted 4th and Dre would have been 10.
Yeah,
but give Cam time. Give Cam time. Killer Cam is here. And when listen, I'm a Cam stan, man. I'm just give him time.
Trust me, I am too. I'm a huge Duke fan, so I've been staying in.
Me too. This is what I was saying.
All right, here y'all go with this, man.
Speaking of Dre, he dropped 33, even though we lost today. He dropped 33.
We just lost the game 129 to 115 against Milwaukee. So
it's okay.
Wait. They scored 115 without Trey.
Yep. That's good. Just imagine
progress.
Yeah,
progress. You're absolutely right, bro. I'm gonna lay off a little bit, just a little bit, but
Clint was out the game too. Clint was out, so
after everything I just said about Dre, he dropped 33 with Trey Young missing the game. He still had John Collins, but
exactly,
that's progress.
It is. To wrap it up on the stats for the year, 22nd in 3-point percentage is something I was not expecting, and 5th in free throw percentage. So overall, this Hawks team is still an average NBA team. Still looking like a bottom seed for playoffs. I don't see them no more than 5 or 6.
Me neither, but the beauty is they're a middle team and a bottom seed playoff team, not a bottom of the league team like last year.
Yeah, like the teams they just beat, Minnesota and Detroit. Understood. Gotcha.
I think Cleveland is going to surprise people this year and actually sneak into at least the play-in tournament.
Yes, I do. I can feel you on that, the play-in tournament. But I think they'll lose. You're gonna be shocked if they play in the Hawks.
Nah. I don't honestly. I'll be shocked if the Hawks don't get a top 6 seed. I had them pegged as a top 6 seed.
Yeah, that's what we
had.
That's why I had them at 2. So
if they're in the play-in tournament, I'm gonna be mad at myself for being wrong.
Yeah.
All right. Well, hey man, appreciate you coming on, man. Look, man, we got to talk a little bit more after we go off the air, man, because I've been trying to get you on the show for a good minute, so I'm glad you came.
Yeah, I'm sorry. I appreciate. I don't even know how you found me or why you wanted me, but I appreciate it. But I had a lot of things going on at the time.
The Jets, Knicks, and Mets, etc. podcast. Those guys.
Oh, okay, yeah.
They I had them on my show because we were talking about Rex Ryan, and then they said that come on, man, Rex was a good coach, man. But anyway, he said that that you cover the Hawks and stuff, and you was looking for to come on the show and stuff. So I reached out to you.
Oh yeah, I appreciate that. I gotta hit him up and say thanks. You know what? Matter of fact, you're who he was talking about. He told me.
Yeah.
They had me on for one of their episodes, and then we were talking a little bit after, and he was like, "Yo, we were just on some Atlanta thing. I'm gonna reach out to them." I was like, "All right, cool."
Mm-hmm. Hey, it's all about networking, man. It's all about networking. So
facts.
So appreciate you coming on. Let everybody know who you are, where they can find you again.
Yo, I'm Larry. I'm a contributor at hoopshabit.com. I'm a lover of the game of basketball and pretty much all sports, but I'm also a nerd when it comes to sports. And you could catch me on Twitter at LarryH718. Look out for my next article and me talking shit about your favorite team.
All right, man. Appreciate you, man, coming on. Also, hey, right now you watching this, make sure y'all hit us up in the comment section. Let us know what y'all think about the show. We pretty much covered everything that happened this week in Atlanta sports. Also, let us know what you think about the Hawks' first month to play. So, hey, we got good news. This is the 2nd year anniversary for FILA Sports Podcast. We made 2 years.
What's up?
Appreciate you. Thank you. 2 years and alone, we got a good birthday present. We finally got our sponsorship, our first sponsor, Manscaped. So we will be.
Word? Yeah. That's what's up. I'm actually a customer.
Word?
I'm gonna need y'all coupon code because I'm definitely a customer.
Okay, bet we got you. Oh, we got
Yo, that's crazy. I just signed up with them a few months ago.
We got you, bro. We got you. Matter of fact, at the end of this show, we'll go ahead and give you the code, man. But on Thursday, we're gonna start promoting the show. We're gonna start advertising Manscaped. So just stay tuned for that for the whole month on February. We will be giving out the code to everybody. So go ahead and buy. It's a good deal. You get free shipping and 20% off. Like that's a good deal.
Can't beat it.
Exactly.
You know.
You said 20%. No, I was like, I'm about to create a little shopping list.
All right. But yeah, hey, everything's been good. We've been blessed. So hey, look, we don't do this for us, we do this for you guys. All right, for the fans, the hometown supporters, the hometown followers. So we appreciate you guys for the growth of Forever I Love Atlanta Sports Podcast. Thank y'all so much. Thank you. On that note, y'all already know what to do. If you're new to the channel, hit that subscribe button, hit that like button, share this content out with Atlanta Sports Fanatics, and hit us up in the comment section. As always, come holler at your hometown sports podcast. It's your boy The Dunn with my co-host King.
Always remember to love yourself.
And on that note, we are gone. Larry, stay behind in the broadcast booth, man. We go chop it up at the end of the show.
Copy. Thanks for having me, guys. I love what y'all doing with this, by the way.
Thank you.
Thank you, brother.
All right. Y'all have a good night. See y'all later.